"Daddy, it's why are we not going back to my real daycare?" He froze, just one mistake and everything began to fall apart. He thought no one would ever find out. He thought he could keep his two worlds apart. But one little voice, one innocent question, unraveled the secret he buried deep, and when the truth finally surfaced, it wasn't just his career on the line, it was everything. "Stay till the end. You won't see this coming." The Seattle skyline gleamed like a promise, but Vincent Sanders was blind to it. At 6:47 a.m., his penthouse was a battlefield of routine. As CEO of Tech Vision, a tech juggernaut poised for global expansion, Vincent thrived on precision. Every meeting scheduled, every outcome calculated. But precision was crumbling. "Daddy, where's Mr. Flops?" Paige's voice, small but piercing, echoed from her room. His 4-year-old daughter clutched a blanket, her hazel eyes, eerily like Catherine's, searching his face. 2 years after his wife's car accident, those eyes still gutted him. "In the car, sweetheart," Vincent said, dodging the truth. He hadn't seen the stuffed rabbit in days, and time was bleeding away. His phone buzzed with a text from Marcus. "Blackwood, Tech Vision's most ruthless board member. Acquisitions shaky. Fix it. Now." Vincent hustled Paige into her coat, her chatter about glitter and rainbows lost in his Bluetooth call. "Marcus, the numbers are solid. I'm meeting the seller today," he barked, navigating the SUV through dawn traffic. Paige's Daycare Academy Infantile Westlake was a detour he barely processed. He pulled up to a building with colorful murals, distracted by Marcus's voice. "Good enough," he muttered, assuming it was Westlake. He unbuckled Paige, her tiny hand warm in his. "Be good, kiddo," he said, kissing her forehead before handing her to a woman at the door. The sign, Little Explorers Daycare, flashed briefly, but Vincent was already back in the car, his mind on a $500 million land deal. He didn't realize he'd just shattered his carefully controlled world. By 10 a.m., Vincent was drowning in the boardroom. The acquisition targeted a prime Seattle lot for Tech Vision's AI hub, a project that could cement his legacy or bury it. Marcus leaned forward, his eyes glinting. "Don't choke, Vince, the board's not patient." Vincent's jaw tightened, but a voicemail from an unknown number interrupted his focus. He ignored it, diving into projections. It wasn't until lunch when he checked his calendar that panic hit. Paige's pickup was at 4 p.m. at Westlake. Where had he left her? He played the voicemail. "Mr. Sanders, this is Ellie Parker from Little Explorers Daycare. Paige is with us. She's fine, but you dropped her off here by mistake." The voice was warm, steady, but Vincent's pulse raced. "I'm coming," he said, already halfway to his car. Little Explorers sat in a quiet corner of the city, its brick walls alive with murals of stars, trees, and laughing children. Inside, Paige knelt in a circle of kids, painting a lopsided butterfly. Her face glowed with a joy Vincent hadn't seen since Catherine's laughter filled their home. A woman with chestnut curls and a paint-splattered apron, Ellie, smiled at Paige, her presence calm yet magnetic. "I'm so sorry," Vincent stammered. "I thought this was her usual place." Ellie's eyes held his, kind but sharp. "Easy mistake, Paige is thriving. Want to see her garden plot?" Vincent glanced at his phone. Emails from Marcus piled up, but Paige's giggle stopped him. "Sure," he said. As Ellie showed him the raised beds where kids grew carrots and marigolds, Vincent felt a pang. Westlake's sterile classrooms, with their flashcards and timers, seemed cold in comparison. Paige ran to him, thrusting a daisy into his hand. "For you, Daddy." Why hadn't he noticed how dim her spark had been? Vincent kept Paige at Little Explorers, telling himself it was temporary. Westlake's director sent furious emails, but Paige's stories about Miss Ellie's songs and the mud pie game silenced his doubts. Drop-offs became a ritual, brief chats with Ellie, her warmth chipping at the walls he'd built since Catherine's death. Then disaster. Late one night, Vincent pored over the acquisition file. The address froze him. 1427 Maple Street. Little Explorers. His company planned to raise Paige's haven for a glass tower. Marcus had championed the deal, promising billions, but Vincent hadn't connected the dots until now. He shoved the laptop away, guilt surging. How could he destroy the place Paige came alive? But Tech Vision's stock was climbing on this deal's hype. Marcus would crucify him if he wavered. Telling Ellie was unthinkable. She'd hate him. So he buried it, hoping for a way out. Ellie sensed Vincent's strain. He lingered at pickups, asking about Paige's crafts, but his smiles were tight, his gaze distant. She wondered if it was his CEO life, until a legal notice arrived at the daycare. Notice of intent to acquire, 1427 Maple Street. Issuer, Tech Vision. Her breath caught. Vincent's company. He'd known. Every kind word, every moment with Paige felt like a betrayal. Had he been playing her, scoping out the property while pretending to care? Rage and hurt warred within her. She confronted him the next morning, the notice trembling in her hand. "Was this your plan all along? Use Paige to get to me, to this place?" Vincent's face drained. "Ellie, I didn't know at first, I swear, Get out," she said, voice breaking. "Take Paige and don't come back. Paige's—" Confused tears as they left carved a hole in Vincent's chest. He'd lost Ellie's trust, maybe forever. But worse, he saw Catherine's disapproval in Paige's eyes. He couldn't let little explorers die. Not for Paige, not for the ghost of his wife. Alone in his study, Vincent unearthed Catherine's journals, their pages worn from her hands. "Paige needs joy, Vince, not your control. Promise she'll grow free." He'd failed that promise. Westlake was his cage, not Paige's path. Little Explorers was Catherine's dream, messy, alive, real. A question seared him. "Can I be the Father Paige deserves if I destroy what makes her whole?" He didn't have an answer, but he had a fight. Vincent hatched a plan, the Catherine Sanders Foundation, a non-profit to save Little Explorers as a community hub. He dug into the property's past. It was a 1940s community school, potentially historic. With Rachel, a single mom and lawyer whose son loved the daycare, he rallied parents. They filed for historical status, pitched tax breaks, and crafted a PR campaign to sway Tech Vision's board. Marcus smelled blood. "You're throwing away our future for a sandbox," he sneered at a closed-door meeting. "The board won't stand for it." "It's more than a daycare," Vincent said. Voice steel. "It's a legacy." He didn't mention Ellie or Paige. The board's vote was weeks away and Marcus was circling. Vincent needed Ellie's help, but she'd blocked his number. Desperate, he drove to her apartment, Catherine's journal in hand. "Read this," he said, thrusting it at her. "This is why I'm fighting." Ellie hesitated, then scanned Catherine's words. Kids need space to dream, not schedules to choke them. Her anger softened, but doubt lingered. "Why hide it, Vincent?" "I was terrified," he said, "of losing Paige's light, of losing you." The confession hung heavy. Ellie didn't trust him fully, but she agreed to fight, for the kids, not him. The campaign gained traction. Parents packed city hearings, Rachel's legal savvy stalling the acquisition. But a new blow landed, an anonymous leak to the press. CEO's personal ties threatened Tech Vision's future. The article accused Vincent of sabotaging the deal for romantic entanglements with Ellie, twisting his motives into a scandal. The board erupted. Marcus smirked, denying involvement, but Vincent suspected him. Publicly, he stayed calm, but privately he unraveled. Ellie, stung by the headlines, pulled back again. "I can't do this if it's a lie," she said. Then Rachel uncovered a bombshell. Marcus had falsified the acquisition's projections, funneling kickbacks to an offshore account. Vincent confronted him in a deserted boardroom. "Resign, or—" "I expose you," Vincent said, holding the evidence. Marcus laughed, cold. "You think this saves your precious daycare? I've got friends on the board. You're done." The vote loomed. Vincent and Ellie presented the foundation, her passion igniting the room. Rachel exposed Marcus's fraud, forcing his resignation, but his allies held firm. The board split, profit versus purpose. Vincent played his final card. "If you push this acquisition, I walk," he said. "No CEO, no deal." Gasps rippled. Ellie's eyes widened. The board deliberated, tension choking the air. Finally, a 5-4 vote. Little Explorers would stand under the foundation with one condition: prove its success in a year, or the land was forfeit. Vincent exhaled, Ellie's hand grazing his. They'd won, but the clock was ticking. "Hey, If you're gripped by this story, smash that like and subscribe for more. Let's see where this journey takes us. The Catherine Sanders Foundation reshaped Little Explorers. Grants funded a library, art studio, and playground. Scholarships brought in kids from every corner of Seattle. Vincent scaled back at Tech Vision, mentoring a new COO, his focus shifting to Paige and the daycare. Ellie and Vincent rebuilt trust slowly. Shared coffee runs turned to dinners, then quiet nights with Paige's bedtime stories. Paige, now 5, wove Ellie into her world, calling her "my sunshine." But Vincent carried a fear. What if the foundation failed? The board's deadline haunted him. A new twist tested them. A rival developer, tipped off by Marcus's old allies, challenged the historical status, claiming the school's records were forged. Rachel fought back, but evidence was thin. Ellie dug through dusty city archives, uncovering a 1947 photo of the school's opening, proof that saved their claim. The victory bonded them. One night, Ellie kissed Vincent under the daycare's oak tree, Paige asleep inside. "We're in this together," she whispered. 2 years later, Little Explorers' anniversary glowed with lanterns and laughter. The Foundation had exceeded expectations. Enrollment soared, community programs thrived. The board's threat was dead. Vincent stood in the garden, Paige on his shoulders, Ellie at his side. He took her hand, heart pounding. "Catherine wanted Paige to have love, not just mine," he said. "You've given us a family." He knelt, a ring catching the light. "Ellie Parker, will you marry me?" "Yes," Ellie said, tears falling as parents cheered. Paige scrambled down, thrusting a drawing at them. 3 figures under a rainbow with a faint 4th in the clouds. "Mommy's happy," she said. Vincent froze, then hugged her tight. Catherine's presence wasn't pain anymore. It was peace. Months later, Little Explorers stood stronger than ever. Its murals told stories of kids who'd found courage, creativity, joy. Vincent and Ellie married in the garden, Paige scattering petals. Tech Vision stabilized, its new hub built elsewhere, proving profit and purpose could coexist. One evening, Vincent locked the daycare, Paige and Ellie waiting in the car. He touched the mural, a butterfly like Paige's first painting. "I kept my promise," he whispered to Catherine, to himself. He drove home, their laughter filling the night, a family whole.